What if humans could breathe underwater? What would our lungs have to do for us to breathe underwater? Well, we're not talking about what you would need to breathe in. You'd obviously need some sort of oxygen tank or device like that. But what we were talking about is what would your lungs have to do differently for you to breathe underwater? Well, first off, they have to be filled with lots and lots of tiny little sacs, much like the alveoli that are in your lungs now. Those little sacs allow for a huge surface area for gas exchange. And that's what you need when you re underwater because the oxygen that you're trying to get is less readily available than it is in the air. So more surface area would definitely help. But it's not just about having more surface area. The concentration of oxygen in the water is so much lower than it is in the air that you do need some mechanism to pump water over that large surface area in order to get enough oxygen. And you also need some way to get rid of the carbon dioxide that is in your body. One way that fish accomplish this is through their gills. Their gills have a large surface area and they are also made up of lots of little blood vessels that help with the exchange of gases. But the thing about gills is they only work when there's a flow of water over them. So one way that you could adapt to breathing underwater would be to have some sort of mechanism that pumps water over your gills, something like a fish. Another option is to have your gills located in your head like a fish, which would allow the water to flow over them as you swim around. Or you could take a page out of the octopus's book and have skin that allows for gas exchange directly with the water. That might require some serious adaptations to your body, though, like, getting rid of all of your hair so that you don't get an octopus. Suffice it to say, it wouldn't be very pretty. Now, even if you got all of those things right, there's still the problem of pressure. When you're underwater, there's a lot more pressure pushing down on you, and that can make it really hard to breathe. After all, it is pretty hard to take a big gulp of air when there is a bunch of pressure pushing against your throat. One way that fish deal with this is by having sacs that allow them to take in water and then squeeze it really easily. Another tactic some fish use is to change the amount of gas in their bodies. Some fish can actually reduce the amount of air in their bodies, which makes it easier to breathe underwater. This might mean developing some sort of mechanism to store extra air in your body, kind of like a scuba tank, or to reduce the amount of air in your body, which I don't think I want to go there. As far as breathing underwater goes, humans are pretty screwed. Our bodies just aren't adapted for it, but who knows? Maybe with some serious finagling, we could get ourselves gills or some other adaptation that would allow us to breathe underwater. And then we could explore the ocean depths or, just breathe underwater. It'd be pretty cool.